Steve Kim here for UCN Live, and I'm here with Egis Klimas, manager to the stars. His man, Sergey Kovalev, takes on André Ward June 17th at the Mandalay Bay. Egis, let's go back to November. What do you recall most about that first fight in November?
The bad judging? How about that? It was a lot of nerves. I haven't seen Sergey tired as he was in that fight for a long time, and I believe the preparation or something. Listen, it's a history. Why do we have to go back? Let's look forward.
All right. So looking forward, do you believe that Sergey did not make the mistake of overtraining as he did for that first fight?
I truly do. I went a couple times to Big Bear when he was preparing for the fight, and I've seen the things are going, and how he's handling sparrings, and the way last time. Let's put it this way. Last time when he came down from a Big Bear, he was completely dead already. So this time he's alive. He's joking. He's laughing, and he has a good mood and ready to go.
Egis, what did you think of the boxing scene report that said that John David Jackson tried to jump ship to Team Ward?
I think they're trying to pull everything what they can in their book at their camp. They're trying to get some negative things into Sergey's head. And look, John David Jackson is here. As you can see, he's giving interviews and he's training with Sergey. He's training Sergey, and I think it's hard to break this team. So,
as you look, are you as confident in the rematch as you were going into the first fight with André Ward?
I'm probably more confident in the rematch than in the first bout.
Wow.
Because I saw Sergey tired. I saw Sergey. He was coming here to spar, trying to spar 10 rounds, and after 6 rounds, he says, "That's it." He was tired.
So much is going on here. This is now your heavy bag, not just because of the logo. In fact, you own this whole thing. This used to be the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. Okay, what made you want to buy a boxing gym? I've been told for years these things lose money. Why did you purchase this from Robert?
First of all, I have like 12, 14 my guys who trains here. I need to have them home. No matter how good the relationship was between me and Robert, it's still his. Every time I come in, I have to ask a permission for this and I ask permission for that. Lomachenko comes in, and Robert was always good. He never complained about anything. I said, Robert, I have a Lomachenko coming. We wanted to train upstairs. Yeah, sure, I guess, no problem. He was always good with me and with my fighters. And then he opened a gym at the Riverside. He was going back and forth, and that was way too much for him. Because he had the fighters here and he had the fighters there, and going back and forth, sit 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours in the traffic, and then to train at the two gyms, you can't do it. And he made the decision where he wants to be close with the family, he wants to be close, to the home. So he chose to go to the Riverside, and and that's how we just talk about, made a deal and re-signed the papers. And
Egis, will you be making any significant changes to this gym?
Yes, right now, by matter of fact, I have a meeting today with a city architect. The plans has already been submitted in the city. Are we going to add downstairs here? If you see it that way, we're going to add showers, locker rooms, toilets, restrooms. I'm going to extend the second floor, make it bigger, and it's going to be also with a private locker room. It's going to be a key operation. It's going to be just like, guys, like, let's put it this way. You need to prove downstairs to go upstairs.
It's like Freddie Roach's, but downstairs.
Yeah.
So Egis Klimas is certainly classing up the joint here. Now, Egis, did you make a deal with Robert that you couldn't erase over that painting, the Wall of Champions, and are you going to add your paintings of your champions?
Listen, we made a deal, whatever, but I can take it every day, every time. But I think this is a history of upcoming gym, so why should they take something like that?
Yes. Your other fighters, do the majority of them work out here in Oxnard now?
Only one guy who lives in Florida, Glaskov, is not training here, but he's thinking if when we're going to be putting back in the ring, so he's going to be coming here for the camp. So I would say 100% of all of my fighters training here, except the ones who's in Russia.
Let's talk about some of your fighters. Sergey Kovalev, we know what he's doing next. Vasyl Lomachenko, do you believe in the summer he'll be facing a revenge match with Orlando Salido?
That's what I believe, and that's what I believe our promoter is working on it. Before the summer is over, we're gonna be back in the ring.
The money. It seems to me like Salido almost wants to treat this as a cash out. Do you believe you can reach a financial agreement with him?
That's up to promoter. I'm not talking into the money. What it comes, I'm gonna make sure I'm cover Lomachenko's side, and rest of it, that's up to promoter.
Egis, we all know about the second pro fight. I thought it was very tainted. He did make weight, a lot of low blows that were not penalized. Is that the fight Vasyl wants to gain revenge?
This is a fight what everybody wants. This is a fight what fans want. This is a fight what we need to shut up most of the reporters talking about that nonsense. Every time he steps somewhere, they start talking about, everybody brings a Salido's name. So I think it would be very, very helpful rematch for Lomachenko's future career.
And your other fighter that really made an impression, April 8th, the nail, Alexander Govsik. Joe Smith decided to go in a different direction. So what happens now with Govsik?
Also, everything is in works. I was told he might be even going to be going before the Lomachenko into the ring, sometimes by the end of July, mid-July. If not, we're going to go in August. But before the summer is over, I was told by our promoter, we're going to go into the ring.
Also, one of my personal favorite prospects the last couple of years, the Mean Machine, Egis Klimas, who is the greatest Uno Mas non-televised fighter in the history of boxing. When does he get to perform on a bigger stage?
I believe in the next fight. I believe in the very next fight. Also probably going to be sometime by the end of the summer. So it looks like that summer is going to be pretty busy for me.
Egis, you certainly have a powerhouse stable, world champions, very good prospects. Who are some of the younger fighters we don't know about yet we should be keeping an eye on?
Recently I just signed a gold medalist from Rio, Fazlidin Gaib Nazarov. We call him Faizi.
At the Garden?
Yeah, we just fought in the Garden. Still have some amateur left in him, but listen, it's only 2 fights. I remember when Egis Klimas, Mean Machine, was pro debuting. Also, he looked like amateur, and look at him today. So this kid is listening. Faizi wants to become one of the best fighters. He has ability, he has talent, and with hard working, he can reach it. I have Maxim Dadashev. Very upcoming good fighter. Madiyar Ashkiev, Meirim, you name it. Look at the list. Every single guy who works in this gym under my wing, they have a potential to become a champion. Every single one.
And they're all here at the Boxing Laboratory of Oxnard, owned by this man, Egis Klimas. All right, Egis, June 17th. I know you don't have a crystal ball. What happens between Sergey Kovalev and André Ward?
It's going to be a war. Even I know this is a sport, but these 2 men, they already have something personalized. They already personalized that fight. So it's not just for glory, it's for their personal interest. I don't know what Ward thinks about it and how he is, but I know what Sergey thinks and what he's preparing for. Hopefully we're not going to let this time to the judges.
Okay, that's it. Egis Klimas from the Boxing Lab in Oxnard, California. This is Steve Kim saying goodbye, everybody.